Today's lesson 12, and it's titled Latvia. Poland was so much fun, but now we are headed into Northern Europe. Latvia is a little-known country considered one of the Baltic states. It has a long coastline on the Baltic Sea right across from Sweden. Because this country is not very often traveled to, it's not accessible by some of the regular European trains that we have been traveling on. So we may have to take a plane or ride a bus part of the way there. A citizen of Latvia is known as a Latvian or a Liv, but these are not the only ways these people and this country have been identified in the past. Latvia is also known as Lettiland, named after the Letts or the Lettish people. These people love their country and are proud to be Latvian or Lettish. While traveling in Latvia, be prepared for the locals to tell you all the wonderful things about their country, such as the beautiful architecture that their capital, Riga, is known for. Whether you love old wooden buildings or modern art decor buildings, this is something for everyone in Latvia. Some quick facts are that there's 1.9 million people. Government type is parliamentarian republic. The size of the country is 24,938 miles. The capital city is Riga. The official language is Latvian, and the landmark is Vinte Rapid. Did you know that ice hockey is the favorite sport in Latvia, with basketball coming in second? Research ice hockey in Latvia. Do they have a national team? Are there any famous hockey players that come from Latvia? Just a footnote from me, I have never in my entire life heard of the country Latvia. So it's not very well known, I don't think. Invention, attention. Do you like to wear jeans? Almost everyone in North America owns a pair of jeans. They are typically American uniform. Where did they come from? They were indeed invented in the United States, but it was by a Latvian Jewish tailor in 1873. Jacob Davis was born in Riga, but immigrated to the United States. One day he was asked to make some pants for a customer that would stand up to hard work. He used hardy denim fabric and rivets to reinforce the pockets and fly. He eventually teamed up with Levi Strauss to patent the idea and open a factory. They formed the Levi Strauss and Company, and the clothing industry would never be the same. Food. While in Latvia, be sure to check out some of the local food specialties. Some of these will be similar to other places in Eastern Europe, with tons of sour cream, dill, potatoes, and sauerkraut. But the national dish of Latvia is gray peas and speck. This is a stew made from a local dried peas mixed with fried onions and diced speck, which is fatty smoked bacon. This economical dish is an easy one to make for a cold winter night, full of protein and fats to fill your belly. The Latvians eat a lot of pork as well as a lot of herring. You won't find typical North American white bread in Latvia, but they love to serve their dark, dense rye bread with most meals. The Latvians have several varieties of rye bread that are common, from the savory to the sweet. They even make a bread soup for dessert. One last interesting thing you will find in Latvia is bulk pickles. Sold in the produce section of the store, you can dish up however many fresh pickles you want in various varieties and pay for them in bulk, rather than finding them on the shelves in jars like you would elsewhere. Land and animals. Latvia is full of beautiful scenery and wildlife. Although it is generally flat country, about a third of it are plains are covered with forests. The terrain is dotted with lakes, swamps, and rivers, over 12,000 rivers, and they have 311 miles of coastline along the Baltic Sea. This terrain provides habitat for many different animals. The national bird of Latvia is the white wagtail. These beautiful birds live in a variety of habitats across Europe and Asia. Some even make it to the U.S. They mostly live in open areas by sea coasts and fresh water, but they can also be found on farms and in parks and gardens. They are often seen running up and down, hence the name wagtail. They typically build their nest in a hole or a crevice and lay 5 to 6 whitish eggs speckled with gray in a clutch. They hatch in 2 weeks and fledge another 2 weeks later. One of the activity breaks you can do is look up a video or audio recording of a white wagtail. Note the sound they make and the way their tail moves up and down. Vente Rapid is a famous landmark, is a waterfall in Latvia, famous for an incredible width. It is the widest waterfall in Europe, up to 886 feet during the spring floods. Make sure to bring your bathing suit if you visit during the summer. This waterfall is not a raging waterfall, so you can swim on top of it. From the waterfall, you can see the Kuldiga Bridge, built in 1874. It is one of the longest bridges of its kind in Europe. Transportation. Latvia's transportation infrastructure is uniquely designed to serve the population. It is well developed in Riga, where over 1/3 of the population of the country live. However, in the rural majority of the landmass, it is more challenging to get around. While there are trains to outlying areas, they are not high speed and have limited schedules. The best way to explore the outlying areas of Latvia is by car, but even then there are no highways outside of Riga and many roads are not paved. However, the views of the Latvian forest and countryside are well worth the effort to explore. History and culture. Latvia has been a country with many different cultural influences throughout its history. Although it has been inhabited since around 1000 BC, it has only been recognized as an independent nation twice in its history. The first time was from 1918 until 1940 between the First and Second World Wars, and then from 1991 until now. The land has been ruled by Russia and the USSR, Germany, Poland, with Lithuania and Sweden. These influences are seen in various ways within the culture, ranging from food to language and more. Despite these multiple occupations, the Latvians have maintained their unique sense of nationalization through the passing down of folk songs and dances in their homes. Perhaps because of this history, modern Latvians are fiercely nationalistic. They love their country and they are extremely proud of what they have achieved as a nation. Indeed, the simple fact that they had a national identity to build on in 1918 and again in 1991, after hundreds of years of occupation, is a testament to their tenacity and love for their traditions and culture. As an activity break, you can look up Latvian folk songs and folk dances. Notice the beautiful harmonies in their voices and the unique instruments they use in their songs. This concludes Lesson 12 for today.